Mhm, mhm. Okay, so are you what, they would consider a passport bro? Okay, so do you promote, black men to date outside their race? Mhm. Okay, so I'm just a little curious because, you were saying that men were dealing with certain things in, I guess, in what, Black culture, or is this just women in America? Can you be just, like, a little specific on that? Mhm, mhm. Wait, so these are the men that Black women are raising? That's what you said? I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, why do you think that is? Mhm, why is it statistically like that? Why is, a lot of Black men being raised by single mothers? Mm, okay. Um, so okay, I'm just saying like this. So for the single Black mothers or whatever, where are the single I mean, where are the fathers? Where did they go? Well, so I'm sorry, because you know mm, mm, Mhm. Mm, mm. So I'm sorry, I'm a little confused because wouldn't having a working man in a household be more finances than getting those things? Well, I'm a woman, so I know that and I worked for DPSS before, and I know that you don't get much. And I'm in California, and so I know we're the highest paying in the United States. That's why a lot of people come to California because not only do we give benefits to mothers and children, we also give benefits to single men. So a lot of people come to California to get these benefits, and we're the highest paying welfare system, right? And one thing that I know about Section 8 and Cal Works, we call it Cal Works out here, that's welfare or whatnot, is that it's peanuts. It's nothing. And then when you get on Section 8 out here or anywhere, they put you in the worst neighborhoods, right? And then you don't get a choice of how many rooms you get. You don't get a choice on how you're living. You just got to go by what they say, where you know. So I would think me, I was a working single mother. I'm married now, but I was married before. And I would think logically that it's more beneficial to be in a relationship with a working partner than to receive welfare benefits because it's really not enough. It's not enough to raise children. Mm. I'm in Los Angeles. I know about the gardens. Uh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Mm. I'm sorry, Mr. Cali West. I was just talking to you. I didn't even pay attention to Classic Craig is on the live with us tonight. I'm so sorry, Craig. I meant to
I know it's good.
introduce you, brother. But we started saying stuff. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, let's get into this. I'm sorry.
This the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? Proud that my bro. Cali, West Miami, Miami's here. You know what I'm saying? I had to wear the Jimmy Butler jersey for him. You know what I'm saying? Um, yo, and it's the only jersey I'm gonna be having on tonight,
I
Meika.
don't believe you. I do not believe you.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm just glad that we have the man of the Wild Wild West with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing in the fire. He's bringing in, not only is he bringing in the information, he's bringing in the truth when it comes down to it. But I just want to thank Cali for coming on. I would have a few questions for him, but no, this your show, Meika. You know what I'm saying? But I
Well,
just want.
no, go on and take over. But I just do want to ask him before you take over, will you be willing to answer any questions from the audience after this? Okay, because I see someone wants to get on, and I'm just gonna let everybody know. Like once we conduct the interview and wrap it up, then you'll be able to come on and ask whatever it is you ask. But right now, we're gonna focus on Cali, West Miami, uh, and what he's here to represent. Okay, go ahead, Craig. Take it away for a second for me.
So right quick though, Cali, man, yo, again, I'm glad you came on, brother, and I'm glad you're here with us tonight, man. How you feeling, Chief? You pretty good and everything, man? Oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Thank God it's Friday, man. So as you was getting in with Meika, right? I heard you was talking about what Section A, the absence of the father, hard, cold, cut truths right there that most individuals, most ladies don't really necessarily want to talk about. Most women don't want to pretty much in a lot of ways even deal with because they feel like as a woman, and a lot of Black women feel this way, they are more important, they matter, your feelings as a man doesn't matter, and just because you're in my presence and I am giving you attention, you should just accept that no matter what happens, it is what it is. I'm a woman, you're a man, I'm greater, more valuable by society, you're just a dirty man, and that's that. A lot of ladies have that horrible, horrible, horrible princess complex, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just don't necessarily want to talk about that, right? And also, I just want to get your opinion on this, right? Now, you have some married men, right? And I don't know what's up with these guys. Maybe because they're married, maybe they're a little bit delusional, but they feel like, well, because I have my woman and my woman is X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. You're not a real man, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know the types, right? You know those. And I was just wondering if you can break down why these guys feel this way. You see what I'm saying? Why do they act this way? And why do they feel like they have to have this little imaginary dick measuring contest with other men, especially on the internet? You know, ooh, facts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 That's factual. That's factual. Um, Another question I have too, right? Now, here's the thing. I had this talk with my brother in arms and the honorable minister himself, Ratchet motherfucking Craig. I had to talk with him about this too, right? We spoke about how most men, right? You know how guys can get pussy whipped, but you have men who are drunk off the validation of women. They'll take that validation over the pussy, which is crazy to me, right? And they'll make themselves look like a fool, go left field, go all the way in space just to get that validation from women. You see what I'm saying? So, can you explain to me why most Black men, and I notice a lot of these guys are past their 20s, why are they so drunk off of that? Right. 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 Mm, no. Mhm. Right.
Let me ask a question, if you don't mind. What type of woman is worth being with for you? Okay, if she has her own plan, then what? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Mhm. So me personally, I am always supportive of my husband's plans, but I try to maintain my individuality within the relationship. So like right here, like what I'm doing on this platform, this is something that I want to do. And then I hope my husband will support me in doing it, you know. I also like to make music and I'm a master of a lot of things. I do a lot of things. So as long as his plans don't as long as we don't collide, we should be good because I'm always going to support whatever it is that he does. You get it? But I'm not going to be a slave. Well, men tend to think that women are the only ones to be submissive. And I don't know where they get this ideology from, but being submissive is when two people submit to a cause, right? They have to have an agreement. Um, the first time I ever heard about being submissive was biblical. And biblically speaking, it says that both man and woman should be submissive unto each other, wife and husband. And a lot of people don't talk about that part. So a lot of men, give me 1 second. A lot of men tend to think that a woman is supposed to do everything he says do, whether the idea is conducive to getting to the goal. It's like if he tells me to jump off of a roof, am I gonna listen to that? No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
jumping off that guy
No, I'm not. I'm not jumping on no roof. You know what I'm saying?
bullshit.
So and I think this goes both ways. You know, women need to choose men that like with me, I look at how a man spends his money. I look at if he can save his money. I look at the decisions he make, you know, if he keep making the same stupid decisions. So a lot of men want this submissiveness, but then they're not making proper decisions in their life, and then they want a woman to follow them. You know what I mean? No. I believe that you should put everything that you have within a relationship on both sides. There's no no, I don't agree with that. I believe that if I'm making more than my husband and I have the financial ability to pay the bills, pay the bills. If my husband is making more than me and he has the financial ability to pay the bills, because life is filled with ups and downs. So it's not about 50 here, 50 there. No, we're not doing that. That's roommate. We're here to survive together. You get- mhm. I could say I'm paying majority of the bills. Mhm. Almost all of them. I don't know. Go ahead. Mhm. No. No, because 2 my kids are grown. My kids are grown. Well, one of them, one my 15-year-old lives with me, yes. But 2 of my kids are grown, yes. When my kids do stay with me or whatever, if while they're grown, because they going through their little trying to learn who they are as adults. When they do come stay, they pay bills. I don't do that. Oh, you can stay with me for free type of thing. It might not be a lot of bills, but it's to teach them responsibility. You know what I mean? Mhm. Everybody have to go out there and find out who they are, whether they struggle or not. And sometimes people make mistakes, even adults. Like I said, we've all made mistakes as adults. So we struggle. We're learning. Okay, so I understand why you're saying what you're saying. That's ideal. You know what I'm saying? That's in a perfect world. But as a mother dealing with this now, because my children are like, I have a 21-year-old and a 24-year-old, right? And so you want the best for your children, you want to instill the best in your children, right? And my children were the picture perfect children, right? When they became adults, they wanted to identify as adults, right? So when mom says, "Hey, do this, and this could happen X, Y, and Z. If you do this or if you do that, here goes some jewels." They at one point they rejected the jewels. I can't for you can It's like one of those things you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So at some point, because it was frustrating, because I didn't want to. Nobody wants to see their children go through anything, especially if you love them. So um it's disheartening because I'm like, man, if you had only listened to me, then you wouldn't be going through this now. You know what I'm saying? So, huh. Um, they both have their fathers. They have the different fathers, but my oldest child's father passed away. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. We don't know his death was what did they say on his death certificate that it's unknown how he died. They had their fathers. They had their fathers. Yes. Uh-huh. My son still has his father. So so that's neither here or there. They have their because he beat me. He broke my jaw into 5 places. He did this after we had got married and had my son. Yes, later on, I found out from a relative of his that he was using drugs. Uh, a couple of years. We were together for about 2 or 3 years. We got married before I got pregnant, by the way. I was married to him before I had a baby with him, yeah. No, we didn't live together for no 2 or 3 years. We were dating for about, like, a year and a half, and then we moved together maybe close to a year before we got married. Everything was perfect, like, perfect. I was when I first met him, I was the breadwinner. I'm always a breadwinner, but when I first met him, I was the breadwinner, and, he also had children that I helped him get custody of, and I helped him take care of his children, and then, there's 3. He had 3 of them, and then, after that, we decided, to get married. We got married. Everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. Then we moved to Texas, and that's where the abuse started happening. We moved to Texas. He isolated me from my family. You know what I mean? So then he knew that it was no one to come whoop his ass. Oh, there was definitely red flags. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. There was red flags, but it was like how can I say? It was from his previous relationships, it wasn't no red flags that I guess it was too perfect. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where it was too perfect. And then a past relationship, that he had, the woman tried to tell me something about him, but I'm like, well, you're not with him. Of course you're bitter, right? And then I didn't know her. It was my first time meeting his ex-wife, and I didn't know her, so I just felt like it was just out of place for her to try to tell me anything about my now husband. And so that was a red flag. And then it was just like too perfect. Like you come home with flowers every day and rose petals everywhere. He was just a hopeless romantic. And at the time, like I said, I was the breadwinner. The roles did reverse after I helped him get on his feet and all that stuff. The roles did reverse. He became the breadwinner. But after I help him get on his feet and all that and everything, you know what I mean? So it was just
Okay.
like it was just like I would come home and I literally see a sparkle like on the wall, like it'd be like bling, it was just so clean and everything. So I was just he just swept me off my feet. Got married and everything was cool till like maybe after I had my son. I would say like maybe my son was probably like 3, maybe 3. Then that's when he started spazzing out. And then that's when I found out he started doing drugs. Started doing what you call that stuff? Meth.
Oh wow,
I don't
that's
know.
crazy.
Yeah, his relative told me that's what it was. I don't know if how true that was though. I don't know how true that is because now he's great. Like he's back to that. Oh, I'm not with him anymore, but he I have to talk to him. Raising my son and everything.
So let me get this straight. He got better after he started dealing with you.
School. But so he was great. And then after it was years after that though. It took a long time for him to get better. But he's better now. It took almost